LeBron James and the Lakers are in a predicament. The Lakers are playing the Dallas Mavericks. Third quarter, LeBron goes down. He goes, I hear a pop, something popped. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. He actually finishes that game after the locker room or walking out of the locker room, and he was still limping something crazy. So everybody was like, yo, what's going on? What's going to be the ramifications here? Basically, right after we were saying LeBron James and the Lakers is back, that same week, because if that was on that was Saturday or Sunday's game, whatever the last time we was live was, I'm on here saying Lakers going to the second round of the playoffs. I was all into the Lakers. I finally felt like they had the pieces that they needed to make something happen and to make a push for a playoff run. Then LeBron James goes down and is out with, from what I can tell now, it might be even longer than what we thought, because at first I thought it was reevaluated in 2 weeks, but now we're looking like maybe reevaluated in 3. As of 5 hours ago, this is from CBS Sports. What we have here, LeBron James expected reevaluated in 3 weeks after the team announced he has a tendon injury in his right foot. I know a lot of people were worried and wondering if it was going to be some sort of break or some sort of fracture or something like that, because we heard LeBron say, I heard a pop. So everybody's like, whoa, what's that pop? Turns out it's a tendon injury in his right foot. It is previously reported that James will not require surgery on the injured foot. This one I thought was very interesting. James's return could depend on where the Los Angeles Lakers are at in the standings after the 3-week checkpoint. Very similar to, what year was that? I think that was a year before AD joined. So I guess the 2018-2019 season, when LeBron went down with injury. And then it was at one point where he could have played, but they just shut him down for the rest of the season because the playoff hopes were dead. Anthony Davis didn't play last night against the other night, I'll say, against the OKC Thunder. Lakers hold Anthony Davis out for a foot injury and a win over the Thunder. Lakers coach Darvin Ham called it a preliminary measure during his pregame remarks with the Paycom at the Paycom Center. AD is frustrated. He wants to be out there, but also understands the process of us managing his foot the right way. It's just something we're monitoring. Everyone to be extra careful and cautious about. I was very curious to see, and yes, that OKC game was after a back-to-back. They just played the night before. So I'm like, okay, are we not playing players? I mean, not playing Anthony Davis when he's on the back-to-back. And it also makes me think and speaks to the fact, y'all know I'm a JJ Redick fan. If y'all don't know one thing about me from Pull Up to the String week after week, is 2 shows I'm gonna bring up every week. Old Man and the 3 and the Mismatch. But JJ Redick recently on Old Man and the 3, a couple weeks ago, he had CJ McCollum on there. They did a live show down in New Orleans and he talked about load management. Then the other day, they just had Paul George on there. That episode actually just dropped today. They talked about load management. And in both cases, they talked about it's not necessarily just the players. They always talk about some of the players want to sit, the players want to sit, the players want to sit. But there are times when it's also teams sitting their guys to protect their assets, in Anthony Davis's case. But if we're going to handle out Anthony Davis on back-to-backs, it's going to be a rough 3-week stretch. It's going to be a rough 3-week stretch. I don't know how many games the Lakers are going to win. And mind you, 3 weeks from now is March 23rd. Shout out to the wifey. That's her birthday. So when I look at the rest of this schedule, they play the Timberwolves tomorrow night. That's a game that, to me, truthfully, without LeBron, up in the air. With LeBron, I'd probably say the Lakers should win it the way they've been playing lately. But without LeBron, up in the air, which sucks because the Timberwolves is a team they close with. The Golden State Warriors, I think that's a winnable game, but up in the air without LeBron James. Memphis Grizzlies, I don't think that's a winnable game without LeBron. Toronto Raptors, it's winnable, but I can't mark it as an absolute W. Knicks, not sure about. Pelicans, y'all probably should beat the Pelicans, especially with Zion out there, the way they've been struggling lately. But now they got BI back, so Houston Rockets, that should be a win. We just saw y'all beat the Dallas Mavericks the other day, but that was with LeBron. The Orlando Magic should be a win. Phoenix Suns, probably gonna be an L. Then you got the Thunder again on the 24th. So out of the 11 games over the next 3 weeks, if you go all the way to the 24th, ending on that Thunder game, the only lock guarantee really should be wins I see are 3. The Rockets, the Magic, and the Suns. All these other games y'all gonna have to fight for. Y'all could beat these teams, Laker fans, and the Lakers can beat these teams. But I also wouldn't be surprised if y'all look up and the Lakers go 3-8? That would be insane. That would be insane. Maybe I don't go 3-8. Y'all maybe catch a couple of wins, but that still put y'all 5-6, 4-7. I don't think the Lakers are going to have a winning record coming out of this. They consider they're the 13th seed. Their goal at one point, we all heard the rumors, the Lakers wanted to go on a little run after All-Star break and end up with the 6th seed because they had their eyes set on the Kings to play them in the playoffs, which I ain't gonna lie, Kings fans, y'all hate me for it, but I think was a brilliant strategy. That's what sucks about LeBron's injury, because there really was a world when you look at the Western Conference, when you look how the Western Conference is shaping up, there was a world where the Lakers could have moved up. There was a world they at least would have been play-in mix. That's where I was thinking. They was gonna be in a play-in mix. I was on Xbox with my boys last night. They were saying the Lakers like could have been like the 4 or 5 seed if they were healthy. I don't know if they was gonna move that much, but I see their vision, because when you really look at the numbers, there's only 4 game difference between the 4 seed and the 11 seed. So was it impossible? No. Did I think it likely? Also no. But then when you being real with yourself, all of these teams ain't playing well right now. The Clippers ain't lost 3 in a row. The Mavericks lost 3 in a row. They 4-6 in their last 10, 4-6 in their last 10. Timberwolves is also 4-6 in their last 10. Jazz is 4-6 in their last 10. So this whole section right here of teams are just in a downward spiral, while the Lakers, if they had LeBron, was starting to put together some wins. I mean, it's not crazy. They're only 5-5 in their last 10. But the point here is, in theory, it wouldn't have been impossible for the Lakers to make a significant, and I'm gonna put that in quotation marks, jump up the Western Conference standings. Without LeBron James, I don't have a lot of faith. Can the Lakers still make the play-in? Sure. Yeah, they could take the Pelican spot. Like, that's the play-in. Because I mean, they right behind them. They only 1 game back behind the Pelicans. And off the top of my head, there's still not necessarily a timeline for Zion's return. So I don't know like when, if he's coming back, stuff like that. But it sucks. It sucks because that comeback against the Dallas Mavericks was beautiful. That comeback they had the other night against the Dallas Mavericks was insane. Coming back for 27 points with the win. That was like a statement win. Y'all saw what Jared Vanderbilt can do. I seen Lakers fans all over the place, I guess, finally realizing how good of a defender Jared is. His versatility alongside somebody like Anthony Davis looked great for them. They was about to look like this nice defensive unit that I think a lot of people know they can be. They have been for a decent portion of the season, at least solid defensively. But without LeBron for the next 3 weeks, I don't know what this, because this can get ugly. Because also the other reason it can get ugly, and not to keep going back to the standings, but you gotta also keep in mind teams like the Trailblazers is right behind their heels, only half game back. And as crazy as it sounds, if SGA was healthy, it's not like the Thunder is that far back behind him either. So with missing LeBron is huge for the Lakers. I don't know how far they go without him, but missing LeBron is huge.